Hey guys, LuckyHD here, and have you ever wanted to scam a player inside of Loomian Legacy? Have you ever wanted to get a really valuable Loomian and get away with it? Well, you're talking to the right guy, because in this video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to scam anybody inside of Loomian Legacy's trade resorts, and get away with it. Yes, you heard me right. You're going to be able to get away with scamming the Loomian of your dreams. Let's get into it. First things first, pick out a target. It could be this man. It could be this man. It could be Dr. Disrespect over here. Now, make sure your target has something of value, because you're only going to be able to do this one time. But, I mean, hey, as long as you get the Loomian of your dreams, who cares, right? Next, what you're going to do is scam them. However you feel like scamming them. Maybe you give them an old sob story. Maybe, like, I literally just do whatever. Okay, just do whatever and scam them, alright? Now, once you're done scamming them, there is a chance, and it is very likely, that they are going to report you to the Loomian Legacy moderators, as scamming is actually trade bannable inside of the game. Well, that is for 6 months, and then afterwards you can keep all of the Loomians and, I mean, just go about your day. But as long as you're willing to just receive a little 6-month ban, again, you can receive any of the Loomians in the game for absolutely free. Now, why is this? Well, this is due to a completely backwards rule that is actually in place for Loomian Legacy, and that is first-time scammers will actually only receive a 6-month trade ban, not a game ban. No. A trade ban. And sure, you know, I hear what you're saying, you know, possibly the person could have changed their ways by then, and yes, maybe a 6-month trade ban is fine. However, the main problem here comes in the fact that they get to keep the Loomians that they scammed. In my personal opinion, nobody would have a problem with this if they actually just restored Loomians for people. And it's not like these systems don't exist. These systems do exist. The developers, specifically ThinkRun and Lando, actually have the power to restore Loomians onto people's accounts. The entire thing is set up, except for the moderators, the people who are actually supposed to be dealing with these issues. Of course, not the developers themselves, because why would the developers concern themselves with this? That's why they hired a moderator team in the first place. So my proposal here is there really desperately needs to be a dedicated person on the moderation team that is in charge of restoring stuff to people's accounts. Because when you have bans like this, and when you have a system set up to essentially just give a slap on the wrist for somebody scamming possibly the most valuable Loomian in the game, it really doesn't matter what they do, if they scam or not, because they know at the end of the day they can simply just get away with it and keep the Loomian. Now, I wouldn't be talking about this if it wasn't a problem inside of the community, which it has been, and has been for a while. Recently, however, though, a lot of people, including rich traders, have been abusing this to basically get away scot-free with getting some of the rarest Loomians in the game to actually complete their collection. And the way that they're able to do this is by abusing trade baiting or sharking. This is how a lot of the big traders actually end up getting their inventory a lot of the times. It is basically the process of either lying about values or telling somebody to go trade for something else, and then, you know, because they want it, and then trading that to them, but then saying, oh, I don't want it anymore. That actually only has a minimum trade ban of 6 months, and they can do this as many times as they want. Now, normally, however, in the past and historically, the moderators don't really care about this. They don't really ever hand out punishments for trade baiting and sharking, unless if a lot of evidence has actually been brought against them. And even then, the only time that they actually hand out punishments is around 6-month trade bans. And that is something even said by Sergzia. That is the maximum that they will ever do for stuff like sharking. Even though most of the community actually agrees that sharking is scamming. Because it really is. Because why should you be able to lie about a Loomian's value and do this multiple times and then only receive a 6-month trade ban? And then once the 6-month trade ban is up, you can go back, lie about it again, get whatever Loomians you want, then receive another 6-month trade ban, then do the exact same thing over and over and over again. It really makes no sense. And again, stuff like this extends out to your even average everyday player. People who own some of the rarest Loomians in the game have fallen victim to this. Many stories like this exist, and sadly, they are getting all too common. If you guys remember, not even a couple months ago, I had to personally take stuff out of my own inventory to help a person who fell victim to a scam because the moderators wouldn't or couldn't do anything about it. And other people have come forward and actually shared their stories onto Twitter, like Lofrey here, who basically said that they got scammed by a person for their Gleam Sapphire Geklo, which is one of the rarest Loomians in the entire game, worth around the time at around 2,000 GR. Now, the other person was saying that their Loomian was also worth 2,000 GR because they had a person offer that for their Loomian, and they said that they were naive and believed it, and then ended up actually trading it for it. And the thing is, the moderators even acknowledged this, obviously, as being bad, because they ended up giving the guy a 6-month trade ban, you know, per usual. But thereafter, nothing ended up happening because the guy traded it to his quote-unquote friend, which was actually just one of his own alt accounts. And to this day, he still gloats about it in Loomian Legacy trading servers as if the trade was fair. This is the problem that I am talking about here, and this is the entire thing that really needs to desperately be cracked down upon. Because even in this situation, I actually tried to reach out to Sergzia to get this entire thing resolved, to see if the person could get this Loomian brought back to them, and Sergzia told me that they have a specific policy for not returning Loomians at all. Now, I've been in the community for 5 years, and during this time, I have seen way too many people get scammed. I've seen way too many rich traders use their power to actually exploit the community and, you know, shark people, say that something's worth more than it is, and again, get away with it. And sometimes, literally nothing even happens. Sometimes they'll get a couple 6-month trade bans, you know, that is, after their 6 months is up, they'll do it again, then get another 6-month trade ban, like nothing even ever happened originally. And what I am calling for is for moderation reforms. I'm calling upon T-Radom, and I'm calling upon Lando to actually give the moderators the tools that they so desperately need to actually get these issues resolved. Because who cares about waiting 6 months? Like I said, as long as you get the Loomian of your dreams. Even, hey, maybe you don't trust all of the moderators with it. Fine. Give at least one person that you maybe trust the tools to actually help fix these situations. And I promise you, people are not going to be as upset and quit the game as we've been seeing recently. Now, before I actually made this video, I reached out to Sergzia, the head of moderation, to basically ask, you know, hey, are you free for a chat? You know, I need some help clarifying things for an upcoming video. And to which I got the response of, no thanks, sorry. So I'm calling upon all of you guys as well to go down to the comments below and share your opinions about this. And if you have an experience, you know, where you've been scammed before, share that down in the comments below as well. Because historically, whenever, you know, I've elevated issues like this out from Twitter and into YouTube, things like this have actually gotten fixed, and that is my entire goal with this entire thing. Over the last 5 years, I have used my platform, you know, as much as I can to help, again, elevate issues to a more public eye, so that way they can actually get fixed. And whether that means that a bunch of stupid, brain-dead people on Twitter will go out here and say that I'm complaining about Loomian Legacy, then so be it. Because at the end of the day, the main thing that I care for is you guys in the community. And like I said, as long as these issues help get fixed, whether it be through this video or whatever, that is my main goal at the end of the day. Because here's the thing, you can love a game like Loomian Legacy, but you can also recognize, and I think it's healthy to recognize, that there are flaws with these games. There's flaws in every game, but what's important is that we actually speak up and actually bring these issues to light so that way they can get fixed and we are not stuck sitting here idly by while all this stuff still happens and, again, nothing gets done about it. So I hope what this video does is actually get the developers to, again, reach out to the moderators, since historically, from what I have been told internally, they do not have the greatest communication with each other. So I think first step would actually be getting that communication fixed and actually asking them, how can we help you guys in actually solving a lot of these issues? You know, give them the tools that they need to actually deal with scams, give them the tools that they need to restore people, and also on the moderation side, you know, there needs to be some changes made. Stuff like sharking and trade baiting need to be taken in the same degree as actual scamming, because at the end of the day, it is all the exact same thing. But that's about it for this video, guys. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below and everything like I said previously, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.